When a linear equation involves brackets, it simply means that we need to go one step ahead of the methods that we already know on how to solve linear equations. Take a look at the examples we have on the board. The first one is 2x is equal to 3 open bracket x plus 2. This is a linear equation, but a bracket is involved. So our skill of opening up a bracket, which we discussed in our old video, is going to be brought into play here. Let's see how that works out. First, to solve this kind of problem, you begin by trying as much as possible to open up your bracket. In this case, we have a bracket just on our right hand side. So the left hand side remains whatever it is. But on the right hand side, we try to open up the bracket like this. I bring down the 2 on the left hand side. 2x remains on the left. But on my right hand side, I need to open it up. And using the skill you learned about bracket opening, all I will need to do is to multiply the x inside the bracket and the 2 inside the bracket differently by the number 3 outside. So to do that, first I go by multiplying 3 and x together. That gives me 3x. Plus 3 multiplies 2. That gives me a 6. Now it is fully set as a normal linear equation without any bracket. No disturbances. So at this level, we can go ahead to collect like terms. Collect like terms. To collect like terms simply involves allowing the terms with variables to go on one side while the constants stay on another side. And to do that, I can choose to bring out the 3x I have on my right hand side to the left. And to do that, I'll begin by subtracting 3x from both sides. So that collection of like terms simply involves subtracting 3x from both sides. So this side is going to be 2x minus 3x, and on my right hand side I will have 3x plus 6 minus 3x. So I have ended up subtracting 3x on the left and 3x on the right. In that case, 2x minus 3x leaves us with negative 1x is equal to 3x subtracts 3x to give us 0. So this simply implies that on the right hand side, we are left with the number 6. This is not our answer. Reason being that we are looking for the unknown variable, not the negative unknown variable. So we have to remove this negative number. Remember I told you earlier that when you see any variable standing alone without a number next to it, what it simply means is that there is a digit 1 that serves as a coefficient to that variable. So in this case where we have negative x, this implies that there is a coefficient of negative 1 next to x. So to survive at this stage, we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. And the coefficient of x here is negative 1. Hence, I divide the left hand side using negative 1, and I also divide the right hand side using negative 1. In that case, the negative 1 on the numerator cancels out the negative 1 on the denominator. And on the left hand side, I am left just with an x. But on my right, when I divide 6 by negative 1, I am left with negative 6. What this means is that the value of x for equation 1 is negative 6. This is how easy it is to solve linear equations that involve brackets. Let's try a relatively complex question in number 2 and see how to solve that as well. So this way, first in number 2, we begin with 23 plus y plus 5 open bracket y minus 3 close the bracket is equal to 4 open bracket y minus 11. My first focus is opening up these brackets. So let's do it. I just bring down 23, add y, plus to open up bracket I multiply by 5. So 5 times y gives me 5y. Minus 5 times 3 is 15. It's equal to the same thing here. I am going to open up the bracket by multiplying using the number 4. So 4 multiply y gives me 4y. Minus 4 multiply 11 gives me 44. At this level, I can simplify the left hand side. Since I have 2 constants and 2 variables, I just simplify them first before I go forward. So to do that, I only collect my like terms on the left. Don't worry about the right, we're coming to that. So to do that, this is 23, this is 15. 23 minus 15, that's the constant we have, plus y add 5y gives me 6y. Did you see that? This is equal to, the right hand side remains 4y minus 44. Now 23 minus 15 gives us the number 8. So I just write down 8 add 6y is equal to 4y minus 44. At this stage, we can now collect like terms together from both sides. To do that, I am going to transpose 4y to the left hand side and transpose the constant 8 to the right hand side. So I can say subtract 4y from both sides first. And to do that, I subtract 4y from the right. I also subtract 4y from the left. When I do this, 6y minus 4y leaves us with 2y. Remember your 8, bring it down. 8 plus 2y on the left is equal to 4y minus 4y. That goes away, 0. So we are just left with negative 44. We are progressing, but on the left hand side there is still a constant 8. This is a positive 8, so I'm going to minus 8 from both sides. Therefore, subtract 8 from both sides. When I do this, 8 minus 8 gives us 0. So on the left hand side, we are just left with 2y. Is equal to, on the right hand side, you have negative 44 minus 8. That gives you negative 52. Now watch. We are very close to our final answer because we just have 2y is equal to negative 52. Our focus is to find the value of the unknown variable, and the unknown variable is y. This is 2 times y, so the only way to get the unknown variable is to divide by the coefficient of the unknown variable, which is 2. Hence, I am dividing both sides by 2. Divide here by 2 and divide negative 52 by 2. When that happens, the 2 at the numerator cancels out the 2 at the denominator. That leaves us with just 1. So you have 1y, which is written as y, is equal to negative 52 divided by 2 leaves you with negative 26. So it means that the value of y for question 2 is negative 26.